Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Prophetic Solutions team. I am Sanjay. From this video session guys, we are going to start a new playlist and the playlist is called MySQL Stored Procedure Tutorial for Beginners, and this is our first part. Inside this first part, we will discuss about introduction, about its feature and about the drawbacks using MySQL Stored Procedure. So what basically MySQL Stored Procedure are? So if we back to next slide. Now what is a stored procedure in MySQL? A stored procedure is a segment of declarative SQL statements stored inside the database catalog. A stored procedure can be invoked by triggers, other stored procedures and applications such as Java, Python and PHP. So inside the first paragraph, what basically this declarative means? Logic, functional and domain specific languages are known as basically declarative paradigm. So if we back to browser, now this is phpMyAdmin, where we basically find about the settings or the configurations of MySQL stored procedures. In this playlist, we will do about the manually creation from phpMyAdmin as well as we will create using our code. So let's say that these are the databases that we have made inside this phpMyAdmin. I'm going to select any of the database that is created here. So let's say learn CodeIgniter. This is the database that we have made. Now inside any of the database, just select any one and go to its routine section. Now inside these routines, as we can see that here is a link, something called add routine. So if I click on that, now inside this add routine, here we have inside the type section called procedure and the function. So these are known as basically stored procedures in MySQL. So if I back to our slides, so the first paragraph means that my stored procedure is a segment of declarative SQL statements. It is mean that it is a specific lines of code which is basically made to actually make some functionalities. Let's say that if you're going to select some of the database from our table, so for that selecting all the database values, we are going to make a stored procedure. And that stored procedure basically is stored inside the database catalog, where actually we can invoke by using triggers, other stored procedures and the applications such as our PHP language, Java language and the Python. Now in the second paragraph, a stored procedure that calls itself is known as recursive stored procedure. Also, we can implement, or let's say that we have made a stored procedure and we want to call that stored procedure inside that. So this is known as recursive stored procedure. Most database management systems support recursive stored procedures. However, MySQL does not support it very well. Now by going through this slide, actually we understood about what is stored procedure in MySQL. It means that from the next video, this is the first part where we are going to discuss about the theoretical concept. From the next video, we are going to make some logic, some of the functions to execute and perform some certain functionalities. So if I back to next slide. So what are the features of using our stored procedure? So first, stored procedures helps increase the performance of the application. Once created, stored procedures are compiled and stored in the database. How can we understand about the first point? Let's say that we have an application. Inside that application, we have used basically selecting data from a table 10 times. 10 times we have queried from the database to get all the data from that table. Now get rid of that thing. Let's say that we have made a stored procedure and inside this database something called learn underscore CodeIgniter. Now while making procedure, simply we have to call from our application. So by calling stored procedure, we have reduced about the 10 lines of code that we have written previously in our application. So somewhere it is going to increase the performance of the application. Once actually we create stored procedures, it automatically gets compiled and stored in the database of the phpMyAdmin or any of the database server management tool. Stored procedure helps reduce the traffic between application and the database server because instead of sending multiple lengthy SQL statements, the application has to send only the name and the parameters of the stored procedure. The second point is somewhere related with our first point. In our first point, where we had discussed about that we have an application. Inside that application, let's say that we have 10 or 100 of records. While loading our application, we are just sending about all the queries from the page to the database server to get all the records on the behalf of some of the query where conditions. But by using our stored procedures, just we have to call by using a simple call statement. Inside that, if suppose we want some of the query parameters using where conditions, so by using that, actually we are going to reduce the traffic between application and the database server. Stored procedures are reusable and transparent to any applications. Let's say that we have 3 sections in our application. Inside the 3 sections, we have called 3 times to the same query. Now we are going to make a stored procedure, and we can reuse, or using a simple call method, we can just reuse to our 3 sections. Stored procedures are secure. The database administrator can grant appropriate permissions to applications that access stored procedures in the database without giving any permission on the underlying database tables. What basically this fourth point means, let's say that we have a table and we have a database, and inside that database we have 100 of tables. Without using stored procedures, if you want to get the data, select data, let's say update, delete, means any CRUD operation if you want to perform, we want to know about the table name so that we will make our query to our application. But by using stored procedures, we are not going to know about the database table's name because we have to know only the stored procedure name so that we can call from the application and use that. So by using stored procedures, admin can grant appropriate permissions to the application so that the developers can access only the stored procedures, only the name of that, instead of using table names inside that application. Now these are all the features of using stored procedures, but it has 2 sides. One is for the pros and other is for the cons. So we have some drawbacks also. So if we go to the next slide, so these are the drawbacks of using stored procedures. Let's say the first point means that if you use many stored procedures, the memory usage of every connection that is using those stored procedures will increase substantially. In addition, if you overuse a large number of logical operations inside stored procedures, the CPU usage will increase because the database server is not well designed for logical operations. So the first point means that we are going to make our stored procedures, and stored procedures are declarative SQL statements. It means that we are going to perform logic and the functions inside the block of statements. So CPU is not designed, or database is not designed for the logical operations. So if you want to perform any logical operations, and if we call stored procedures many times inside this application, so the memory usage of every connection is increased. Stored procedure constructs are not designed for developing complex and flexible business logic. Obviously, because stored procedures are basically made so perform about the simple statements like select, insert or update. Let's say that we have a logical business logic where we are going to perform multiple calculations or manipulations inside that. If we do all the manipulations or calculations by using stored procedures, so stored procedures construct are not well designed for developing that complex things. It is difficult to debug stored procedures. Let's say that we have made a stored procedure inside our database catalog. But remember, if we have any kind of error inside that stored procedure, we can't debug that. It is too difficult to debug the stored procedure errors. Only a few database management systems allow you to debug stored procedures. Unfortunately, MySQL does not provide facilities for debugging stored procedures. It is easy to develop and maintain stored procedures. Developing and maintaining stored procedures are often required a specialized skill set and that not all application developers possess. This may lead to problems in both application development and maintenance phases. What basically this fourth point means? The fourth point means that suppose we have thousands of stored procedures in our application. To maintain all the stored procedures and their parameters or their granted permissions or skillful or let's say specialized skill set person needed. Any unnecessary or let's say that the person who has no knowledge of that skills or MySQL, they actually not handle about the operations or about the actions performed by stored procedures. So to maintain stored procedures, we want someone specialized skill set about that designation. So this is our first part. So inside this video we have discussed about introduction, features and the drawbacks of using a stored procedure. In the next video we will make some of the stored procedures by using this manual interface of UI provided by phpMyAdmin. Also we will see by using our code from the backend. So inside this video session guys, if you went out, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.